You are looking live at Jayco Field in Middlebury, where tonight the Northern Lakes Conference softball lead goes on the line. The three-time defending league champion Mishawaka Cavemen have come a-calling on the Northridge Raiders for this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. And welcome inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth for the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show. That's my business broadcast partner, Angelo DiCarlo. It's Chuck Freeby. Bo Hunt normally with us, but somebody told him to keep his day job, and he thought that was a good idea, so we'll see him in a couple of weeks. A couple of years ago, pitching dominated the softball scene in northern Indiana, but 2026 sure appears to be the year of the hitter, and no place is that more profound than Mishawaka. Brian Miller, we mentioned, he's got the three-time NLC champion, and, man, they can swing the bat.
It is murderer's row every step of the way. No matter what spot you look in the lineup, they can hit the ball. They're averaging 8 runs per game. The other night against Concord, they had to rally twice, no problem. They have a confidence in them that regardless of how many runs they're down late in the game, that they can come back.
But you talk about a team that can score. This upstart Northridge team is one of them, too. They are also averaging 8 runs per game. And despite the youth on this team, they, too, are a confident bunch.
Well, and they're very confident, and you would look at their record and go, I'm a little confused because of the way they started. They're just 4-3 overall, but they have now won 3 games in a row, and they're feeling good, and this is a great battle. 5-0 in the NLC for Mishawaka, 3-1 for Northridge. Northridge wins here tonight. They become part of that conversation to go after the NLC crown and unseat a team like Mishawaka who's trying to have their seniors go 4 for 4.
Now, there's still a month to go in the NLC softball season, so the winner's not in control, but they're certainly sitting with the aux cord, aren't they? We've got a lot to talk about on this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week and the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show, and we will continue with our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. That comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Ferret Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Tabsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
Let's be Be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
With Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher with Health Markets, the right policy at the right price. And it's time now for our Tony Letcher Health Markets Student Athletes of the Week. We have Rachel Humbarger, a senior at Northridge, along with Leah Pearson, a senior at Mishawaka. We'll start with Leah, who's a member of the softball team, of course, ranked 20th in her senior class, member of NHS, a freshman mentor. How do you balance everything?
It's definitely tiring. Trying to balance life and softball at the same time is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. But honestly, the support from my family has helped a lot, and my family, my friends, and my teachers, and as well as my coaches, help me balance everything and keep my mental game in the right place.
You'll go to Huntington next year. You're going to major in exercise and movement science. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So I chose that major because it wasn't a super serious injury, but I did have to go through some therapy and some of the health problems with playing softball for my entire life. So I loved the fact that your body can heal yourself by itself by just doing some things, and I want to be able to help people with that.
And finally, what does being a Mishawaka Lady Caveman mean to you?
It's a really big deal. Brian always talks about leaving your own legacy, and it's a super big deal to me that I get to represent not only the school, but I would say one of our best groups of seniors that we've had in our entire program.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Rachel Humbarger is a senior at Northridge High School, 4.18 GPA, member of the softball team, did 4-H for 10 years, excuse me. How have you balanced everything?
You know, when I come out on the softball field, it's all about softball. I play for myself, my family, my team, but when I go home, when I go to work, I focus on work, school, I focus on my 4-H, so it's really where I'm at.
You're going to go to IU Bloomington and major in elementary education. Tell us how excited you are for the future.
I'm so excited. I love kids. I love teaching kids, and I have a couple younger siblings, and I've learned, that's where I want to put my time in. Yep.
What does being a Northridge Raider mean to you?
It's something special. Here with Robinson, Jody, Coach Jason, and all my teammates, I'm so lucky to be part of this program.
Rachel, thank you very much. Congratulations. Leah, congratulations once again. Outstanding Student Athletes of the Week. I love that. A handshake as well between the Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. We got the top two teams in the NLC battling out in the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. First pitch is next.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes fourth and long feel like first and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to you by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. A quick check on what the teams are wearing with Odge.
All right, Mishawaka is wearing maroon jerseys with white pants and maroon socks. And, of course, what the teams are wearing, brought to you by It's Tops in Mishawaka. Northridge, as you see on your screen, wearing black tonight. Northridge in yellow across the chest. And they are wearing their green socks and trimmed out in green as well.
Quick check of tonight's keys to win brought to us by the Lilliard Insurance Group. For the Mishawaka Cavemen, they want to weather the storms. Hopefully we'll avoid rain here, but they know they're going to face adversity at some point in this game. Play their game and stick together. Northridge has to limit the power hitters for Mishawaka, show some mental toughness when they face adversity, and play with clean defense. They did not do that the other night, despite a win against Concord. Those are the keys to win, brought to you by the Lilliard Insurance Group. The teams are lined up. We'll take a break and back with the starting lineups and first pitch. You're watching high school softball on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union and told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
Some say hustle and heart don't mix. But at Patrick, we prove otherwise every day. We're bold in our ambition and grounded in respect. Here, leadership is a mindset and every voice matters. Built on integrity, Fueled by collaboration and united by purpose, we're stronger together. This is Patrick. We are better together.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to you by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. National anthem played here at Jayco Field as the Northridge Raiders get ready to take the field against a potent Mishawaka batting order. It's sponsored by School City of Mishawaka. Here's Anj.
All right, first play to highlight in this one is Shea Crawford, the sophomore catcher, batting .471. She's the leadoff hitter, 10 RBIs on the season. And then you look at the third batter in the order is Chloe Hershey, the third baseman. Check out this average so far this year, 515 on the season. And then Carmen Frazier in right field, .424, 12 RBI on the season.
They will face a Northridge pitcher by the name of Layla Winchester. The sophomore is 3-2 on the year with a 3.84 ERA. Here's the defense for the Raiders tonight. Barbaro, Staley, and Moeller, the outfield left to right. Nally, Miller, Humberger, and Lucas, the infield third to first. Mia Branham behind the plate for the righty, Layla Winchester. This is her sixth appearance of the year. 3-2 with a 3.84 ERA in 27 1/3 innings. Winchester has allowed 21 hits, 17 runs, 15 of them earned, 19 walks, and 19 strikeouts. That Northridge defense being brought to you by Hawkins WaterTech. As you take a look at Shea Crawford, Mishawaka coming in here 8-1 on the year. As Anj mentioned, 5-0 in the NLC. Their marquee win may have come on opening day when they rallied to beat a strong Elkhart team by a count of 8-7. Their only loss came to Penn. They've got good company there. 12-0 the final. The weather brought to us by our friends at Patrick. 53 degrees at game time. The wind right now, just a gentle zephyr out of the northwest at 10. We have a 50% chance that it will rain. That means there's also a 50% chance it won't rain. You look at Layla Winchester on the mound, ready to face Shea Crawford for the opening pitch, brought to us by our friends at Babsco. And we're underway at Jayco Field with a bouncer to the third baseman, Nally. She throws low, and it gets away. And Crawford has reached on an error, and that is the 16th error on the year for the Northridge Raiders.
Tough start there for Northridge, obviously. As you take a look at the replay, brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. They have an opportunity to get the first out on the first pitch, but unfortunately the ball thrown away and an E6 there for the Raiders.
Errors were a problem for Northridge last Friday in their win over Concord. They made 7 errors in that game. Here's Linnea West, the left fielder, and she takes on the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. West batting .444 on the season, no homers and 6 runs batted in for the Caveman Jr. Crawford, a threat to run down at first. She swiped 3 against Concord on Tuesday. She'll hold here on a strike on the outside corner, and Winchester gets ahead in the count, 0-2.
Our first inning tonight brought to you by our friends at Southwind Flooring.
Big gap up the middle for West. The outfield plays her straight away in medium deep. Here's the 0-2. Missed a little upstairs with the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Want to help your team look great? It's Tops can help. They're the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana, and they can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
West had a good night last night in the win over Northwood for Mishawaka. 2 hits, 2 RBI, but a swing and a miss here for strike 3. And Winchester gets her first strikeout of the night. That'll bring up Chloe Hershey, the third baseman. Hershey, a senior on this team, was all Northern Lakes Conference a year ago, and she's on her way to that honor again this year. Batting .515 with no homers and 6 runs batted in. She had 3 hits in the win over Northwood last night. Winchester fires, popped up, foul territory, first base side. The first baseman calling and makes the catch. The grab made there by Tabby Lucas, and there's 2 away.
Important play there for the Raiders. Of course, obviously that leadoff batter got on base because of the error, so trying to get yourself out of damage with this 3-4 potent part of the lineup for Mishawaka.
Yeah, you're not out of the woods yet. Here's the leading RBI person for the Cavemen this year. Carmen Frazier taking a strike down the middle, 0-1. Frazier batting .424, no homers and 12 runs batted in. The only game this year that she has not had a hit or an RBI was against Penn. Winchester ready, and that pitch misses high and away. Crawford takes off for second. The tag by Humbarger, and she's out. Mia Branham guns her down at second base. And the Raiders show the mental toughness they've been looking for to get out of the inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Mishawaka nothing, and here come the Raiders on Sports Michiana.
Is this local hometown insurance?
Yes, sir. It was local hometown insurance until about 5 minutes ago. We've just been acquired by Big Web Private Equity Insurance.
Wait, what happened to my agent? I've been dealing with him for years.
Well, looks like we just got bought again. We're now Big Artificial Intelligence Insurance. And I've just been named the CEO. Long live the algorithm, baby.
What?
Feel like your insurance is getting more robotic by the day? Call Liliart Insurance. Real people, local office.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Reliance. Uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. That is the ace of this Mishawaka staff, Grace Matherly, who gets the nod tonight. And she'll be facing a potent batting order from Northridge. And the starting lineup for the Raiders brought to us by Hawkins Water Tech.
Yeah, it starts with Rachel Humbarger, the second baseman, a senior. She is batting .654. So our student athlete of the week, brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, gets it done at the plate as well. And then you want to look at, well, as the batter hitting third, Willow Staley. She's a .400 hitter. And Angelina Barbero, the outfielder, senior, .478 on the season.
Meanwhile, Grace Matherly has never lost a decision at Mishawaka. She is 6-0 on the mound this year after going 2-0 in 2025. In 35 and a third innings, she's allowed 33 hits, 24 runs, but only 14 of them earned. Very good strikeout to walk ratio, 32 Ks, only 11 bases on balls.
And she is pitching, though, for the third straight night. Came in relief on Tuesday. They're hoping that they weren't going to have to use her Tuesday. And then last night she ended up starting against Northwood, and they actually waited. Brian Miller wanted to see how she was feeling heading into this night of 3 straight nights, and she looked good in warm-up, so they decided to give her the ball in the circle.
She said she was a little sore last night at the end of the game, but by the time she woke up this morning, she was ready to rock, and she'll need to be against a Northridge team that's batting .344 as a team and scoring 8.3 runs per game. And they'll start off with the best hitter in the Northern Lakes Conference. That's Rachel Humbarger. Humbarger, this is not a typo. She is batting .654 for the season with a homer and 6 runs batted in. A career .500 hitter. And you met her in our Tony Letcher Student Athlete of the Week segment. First inning brought to us by Southwind Flooring as Matherly misses outside with the first pitch for ball 1.
Broncos Restaurant and Lounge is conveniently located across the street from Northridge High School. Since 1964, Broncos has been serving generations of families with their award-winning pizza, sandwiches, and pasta. Thank you to Broncos for feeding our crew tonight.
Line drive, base hit. Rachel Humbarger lives up to the hype. And you got to be careful with her on base. She leads the team with 12 stolen bases. In fact, she is only 16 off the career school record here at Northridge. And she's got her senior classmate Mia Branham striding to the plate. Branham, who just threw out that runner with a wicked throw at the top of the first, batting .389, no homers and 5 RBI. She squares to bunt. It's a good one. Hershey fields and fires to first for the out. On the play, Humbarger goes to scoring position for the sack that goes 5-4.
Good job there by Mishawaka making sure they covered third base so that Humbarger couldn't come all the way around and decide to take that as well.
Here's Willow Staley, the center fielder, batting .400 for the year, no homers and 4 runs batted in for the junior co-captain. Staley, a member of the swim team here at Northridge. And she's done just swimmingly in her softball career, never batting below 300 in her 3 years of playing. Matherly misses outside with that pitch for ball one.
Did you know 20 varsity and JV players from tonight's games are Mishawaka East End alums, including 2 from Northridge, a Mishawaka staple since 1964. Mishawaka East End is a proud Babe Ruth League and offers t-ball, baseball, and softball for ages 4 to 18.
Pop up and the first baseman for Mishawaka able to handle that one to retire Staley as Reagan Edmondson got under the ball in foul territory. And these 2 innings have been eerily similar so far. So here's Leila Winchester. She's batting .250 on the season, a homer and 3 runs batted in. The homer came last Friday in the win over Concord. She takes the ball inside from Matherly. Matherly with some pretty good giddy-up on that fastball.
No doubt about it. Their other 2 pitchers are more off-speed-oriented pitchers, so big change of pace between the 3.
There's a strike on the outside corner. She took a little bit off of that one. The count goes to 1-1. Brian Miller toyed with the thought of starting one of those off-speed pitchers, but instead decided to go with his ace in this one. The 1-1. Foul tip, and it rolls down to Andy Robinson in the third base coach's box, and the count is 1-2.
He also knows something behind the plate that you don't see too often. Shea Crawford, the catcher for Mishawaka, a lefty.
Yeah, left-handed catchers, very rare. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Winchester. Swinging a ground ball through the hole into right field, a base hit. Humbarger, all gas, no brakes. It's 1-0 Northridge.
Well, you knew if you get that ball on the ground into the outfield, Humbarger is easily going to score. As you take a look at the replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating, and perfectly placed on the right side of the infield, gets the hit. Humbarger comes in, and the Raiders have the lead here, 1-0 in the first.
And we'll have a courtesy runner here, or actually, courtesy runner for the pitcher, and this will be Taylor Lehman, a sophomore, running for Winchester, the pitcher. It brings Tabby Lucas to the plate. Lucas, the first baseman, batting .348. No homers and 6 runs batted in, so Winchester helps her own cause with the RBI single to give the Raiders the lead. And here's a ground ball to the third baseman, Hershey. Throw to first in time, and the inning over, but not before the Raiders get a run on 2 hits. No errors. They leave one after one in Middlebury. 1-0 Northridge on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done?
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Patrick, empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959.
Before the game, we featured our Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher. Tony is a lifelong resident of Michiana, licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets to connect.
Carmen Frazier was at the plate when the first inning ended with the runner being thrown out at second. She takes ball 1 from Leila Winchester here. Second inning being brought to us by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Winchester did a great job of getting ahead in the count in the first inning, and she'll need to keep that up. She has been susceptible to occasional base-on-ball fever here in the early part of the season. Fouled out of play off the bat of Frazier, and the count goes to 1-1. Carmen batting .424 on the year. She had 4 hits and 3 RBI in Mishawaka's win against Huntington North. They actually swept a pair from Huntington. 1-1 pitch. Line right back from whence it came. It goes off the glove of Winchester and into center field for a base hit.
Oh, couldn't have hit that one any harder. Take a look at the replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. She got every piece of that ball right up the middle.
Winchester had no time to react that time. And it brings up Millie Beltink. Beltink, the Mishawaka shortstop, batting .323. No homers and 6 runs batted in.
Southwind Flooring is proud to support tonight's broadcast. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southwindflooring.com. Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dreams. Go Raiders.
Strike down the middle on a good fastball from Winchester, and it's 0-1. Winchester, we talked about that game with Concord last Friday. She'll remember it. Her shoulder will probably remember it. She threw 179 pitches in that 9-inning win over the Minutemen. But the softball delivery, a lot different than the baseball delivery, and she cranks out a strike right there. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to the shortstop, Beltink. Millie wearing the same number 7 as her older sister Olivia wore for the Lady Cavemen. Frazier the runner at first, the 0-2, swinging a ground ball through the first baseman and into right field, a base hit. Frazier rounds second and heads for third. The throw not in time, and that allows the runner to advance from first to second, and the Cavemen have 2 in scoring position with nobody out.
Good job going opposite field there. And obviously heads up base running there by the Cavemen, something they pride themselves on. And here they are sitting up runners on second and third as you take a look at the replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating.
It seems like Lucas was just a little bit slow to react to that ball. I don't know if she had problems picking it up or not, but second and third, nobody out. Here's Lily Hine, the designated player, only a freshman. She takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Hine, 1 for 3, and she won't be sending any Christmas cards to Shelby Emmerich over at Concord. Emmerich made 2 dazzling diving catches against Hine the other night to rob her of base hits.
Saw that one firsthand.
Here's a ground ball to the second baseman, Humbarger. She bobbles it, throws late to first, and everybody's safe, and it's a 1-1 game.
Well, the run was going to score anyway, but unfortunately, this keeps a base runner on, another additional base runner. They don't get the out at first. If they at least would have been able to get the out at first, it would not have been much of an issue. Take a look at the replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. But instead, still nobody out here in the inning as Humbarger was not able to field that ball and get the out.
So Northridge was able to recover from an error in the first inning. Now they have one here in the second. And this is a young team that moves the pieces around. Humbarger has played multiple positions this year. Andy Robinson just trying to find the right defensive fit for this group. Here's Reagan Edmondson, the first baseman, batting .231, no homers and 4 runs batted in. She had a big game in that win over Concord on Tuesday with 3 hits and 3 RBI. Runners on the corners, still nobody out. In the top of the second. There's a strike down the middle from Winchester, and it's 0-1. Winchester with 19 strikeouts and 19 walks on the year coming into this one. She already fanned 1 tonight. Ready for the 0-1 to Edmondson.
That run earlier brought to you by Mishawaka East End Baseball and Softball Association.
Line drive, 1 hop. It goes through the glove of Humbarger. She throws to first and not in time, and everybody's safe again.
And that's another run brought to you by Mishawaka East End Baseball and Softball Association as the Cavemen take a 2-1 lead here. As you take a look at the replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. Hot shot to second. Humbarger unable to get it. And just, man, you talk about a game of inches. Those are 2 balls that if a little bit quicker, able to not bobble the ball as much. They're able to get 2 outs. Instead, still nobody out here in the second inning.
They scored that a base hit, and so an RBI for Edmondson. Here's Holly Shine. She shows bunt. The ball gets away from Branham, who throws high to third, and the runners move up 90 feet, or 60 feet, I should say.
Everyone at School City of Mishawaka is proud to support our student athletes, especially our softball team in today's game of the week. Learn more about our academics, arts, and athletic opportunities at MishawakaSchools.com and discover why at Mishawaka, your home. Go Cavemen.
Andy Robinson going out to the circle. This is his second stint as the Northridge head coach. He coached way back in 2007, 2008. Stepped away after winning 2 sectional crowns because he wanted to watch his daughter grow up. Well, she has grown up now, and this is his 5th season overall, 74-40. He really wants this team to be aggressive and use their speed, but I think they've come out perhaps a little bit tight here defensively tonight.
Yeah, they get the run in the bottom of the first inning, but defensively has not helped them by any means so far in this game with 2 early errors.
Shine takes high and away, and it's 2-0.
As you said, they got away with the one in the first inning, but unable to get the one away with one here. And then, while it was ruled a base hit, an opportunity that they could have gotten the out on an additional play in this inning.
Shine looking to extend her hitting streak to 3 games, batting 158, no homers, but she has driven in 3. She takes a strike here, and it's 2-1. Holly Shine from Mishawaka, just tremendous student athlete. She is the top saxophonist in their wind and jazz ensembles and the drum major in the Mishawaka Marching Band. Couldn't find the beat right there, and it's 2-2.
Huge pitch coming up here for the Raiders. Remember, there's still nobody out in this inning with runners at second and third. If you can get a strikeout here, put yourself in position to start digging out of this hole.
Leila Winchester winds and fires, and a little fly ball out into short right field. Hallie Moeller makes the catch. Tagging from third is Hine, and she will score. And the other runner moves up as well. It's 3-1 Mishawaka. The run brought to you by Mishawaka East End Baseball and Softball Association.
So the Cavemen get the job done, getting the ball in play. As you take a look at the replay, brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. No strikeout. Hit a sac fly, get a run in, and here you are up 3-1.
Now you're down to the 9-hole hitter, and that's Alexa Davis, the second baseman. Davis batting .235, no homers and 4 runs batted in. The Cavemen responding to that Northridge run in the bottom of the first with 3 here in the second, and it's a strike down the middle, 0-1.
And the key for Mishawaka, again, was getting a sac fly out of Holly Shine, who's only a 158 hitter. That's huge for them to get this lead to 3-1 now.
Davis does have some power in that bat, although she has not homered this year. She did have a homer last year against Plymouth. Here comes the 0-1. And she slices this one foul. I'd love to see the rule put in when you have the netting here where you can play it off the net. But the Savannah Bananas have the trademark on that. 0-2 the count here on Davis.
They play it off the net in Savannah Bananas?
They do a lot of things at
Yes,
Bananas
they do.
Inside, and the pitch misses for a ball. It's 1-2.
They even have Russell Wilson playing in games I saw the other day.
Well, at least he's playing for them.
He got out. Couldn't leg out the single.
A ball and 2 strikes with 1 away here in the Caveman half of number 2. Winchester fires, swinging a miss, strike 3, and that's the second strikeout tonight for Lila Winchester. Comes at a really good time for Northridge because now you got to circle back to the top of the order and Shay Crawford, who reached on an error first time up. You can hear the wind outside. It's starting to pick up a little bit as the clouds start to form over Jayco Field. And the pitch from Winchester misses inside, just misses Crawford. It's 1-0.
Feel the breeze coming in from outside as well. Definitely has cooled down here.
Crawford, a 4.0 student at Mishawaka High School, also a member of the Caveman volleyball team. All Northern Lakes Conference selection a year ago. Takes that changeup for a strike. It's 1-1.
Patients trust OSMC because they deliver more treatment. They provide more than just treatment. They provide care that's accessible, high quality, and transparent. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit OSMC.com or their OrthoCare walk-in clinic in Granger off University Drive.
1-1 with 2 away. Winchester deals, and Crawford hits ground ball to short, fielded by Kinsley Miller. She throws to first in time for the out, but Mishawaka scores 3 runs on 3 hits. There was an error and a person left on base at the end of 1.5. 3-1 Caveman on Sports Michiana.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes 4th and long feel like 1st and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by McKinnis Realty. It's realty with a purpose. Our purpose here tonight at Jayco Field is to try to find the front runner in the Northern Lakes Conference. Mishawaka came in undefeated in the league, Northridge 3-1. And the Cavemen have the upper hand 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the second. A second inning brought to us by the St. Joseph County Police Department.
Strong, durable, and built to last. That's the finish your products deserve. Top Coat Powder Coating in Elkhart delivers flawless results quickly with colors that stand out. Learn more at topcoatsllc.com. Top Coat Powder Coating, where protection meets perfection.
Northridge has Angelina Barbaro leading off things here in the bottom of the second against Grace Matherly. Barbaro with a ground ball fouled on the third base line. It's 0-1. For probably the most improved player, at least at the plate on this Northridge team, Barbaro, a senior, batting .478. No homers and 6 runs batted in. She is almost batting twice as well as she did last year when she batted .242.
Wow, that is a massive improvement from one season to the next.
The 0-1 to the seniors, swing and a miss as Matherly changed speeds on her, and it's 0-2.
Chuck mentioned that win. We can definitely hear that picking up.
Barbaro with a 6-game hit streak, but Matherly looking for her first K of the night, and the right-hander fires high for ball 1. Grace Matherly, young lady who played in the Babe Ruth World Series for a Mishawaka squad. Had 10 strikeouts in their win over Plymouth. And she induces a little foul ball here, squibbed off the handle, and it's 1-2. Boy, she really got in on the hands of Barbaro that time.
Absolutely. And she did that when she won that Babe Ruth with Mishawaka East End.
1-2 the count. Matherly will take a little stroll to the back of the circle. And now the basketball player for the Cavemen fires and hit her with the pitch. So Barbaro reaches first, hit by the pitch, and that'll bring up the freshman Kinsley Miller at shortstop. Miller batting .143, no homers and 2 runs batted in, but the .143 a dramatic improvement after the freshman started her varsity career 0-11. She's a young woman that plays with some high energy, and she's hoping to provide some here for Northridge in the second with the Raiders down 2. Mishawaka playing in at the corners, and the pitch is bunted. Hershey fields and fires to first for the out. The sacrifice goes 5-4 with the second baseman covering. And it moves Barbaro into scoring position.
Take a look at the replay here, brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. Good bunt, lays it down, have no option but to go to first.
That'll bring up Hallie Moeller, the right fielder. Moeller batting 176, no homers and a RBI for the All Northern Lakes Conference soccer player. Chokes up a little bit on that bat and hits a one-hopper back to Matherly. She'll take the easy out at first. Moving over to third is Barbaro, and there's quickly 2 away here in the second.
Thank you to Tire Rack, the scoreboard sponsor for the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. When it's time for new tires, go to TireRack.com. Their easy-to-use shopping tools will guide you to the right tires, ship fast and free, and backed by free road hazard protection. TireRack.com, the way tires buying should be.
Let's test my alliteration here. Lefty Leah Lovely steps into the batter's box for the Raiders. Batting .231, no homers, 4 driven in. And Lovely with a one-hopper right back to Matherly. Easy inning for Grace Matherly. And after 2, Mishawaka leads Northridge 3-1 on Sports Michiana.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. Congratulations to our friends at Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Just opened a branch in Elkhart that seems to be very popular with the community there. You see Old Glory moving down the flagpole over and past the right field corner. As we told you at the top of the broadcast on the Patrick Weather Report, 50% chance of rain tonight. So far, we're dry, and it's 3-1 Mishawaka as Linnea West leads off a third inning, brought to us by our friends at Tom's Car Care Center. First pitch to West, bunted towards the mound. Winchester throws to first and got her. Nice play.
Absolutely. Great job there. We talk about the mistakes that they've made fielding the ball so far tonight. There was no hesitation there. If you make any form of mistake, you take a look at the replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. Any form of mistake here, she's safe at first, but Winchester doing an excellent job fielding that ball cleanly and getting it to first.
Chloe Hershey fouled out to the first baseman, Lucas, her first time up. And Hershey takes that one down, low ball one. Noticed Hershey and Rachel Humbarger exchanging pleasantries between innings in the first inning when Hershey was warming up at third and Humbarger was getting ready to hit. They've been together for a long time here on the field, the last 4 years. Hershey takes a strike out of the outside corner, and it's 1-1.
ASA Electronics has been providing engineered solutions to the construction, agriculture, RV, marine, and power sports industries for almost 50 years. Go Cavemen.
Hershey with a 10-game hitting streak that dates back to last year. Fouls this one to the backstop, but that's not her most intriguing streak right now. To me, it's fascinating that Chloe Hershey has doubled in 5 straight games.
That is an incredible accomplishment.
And in fact, last night in the win over Northwood, she had 2 doubles. The 1-2 from Winchester, a ground ball to hit to the third baseman, Nally, who throws low to first, and it gets by Lucas. And Hershey rounds first and heads for second. Head first dive. She is in there.
So another error here for the Raiders. As we take a look at the replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. You know, Mishawaka, Chloe Hershey, They're good enough hitters enough that you don't need to give them extra opportunities, and now 3 errors for Northridge in 3 innings of work.
The unearned runs starting to stack up here. And against Concord Friday night, they were able to overcome 7 errors, but that's going to be a lot tougher against a bunch like this one from Mishawaka.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Runner in scoring position, and Carmen Frazier, the leading RBI player for this Mishawaka team, comes to the plate with 1 away here in the 3rd. Frazier bounces one back up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Hershey's going to hold at 3rd, and there's runners at the corners with 1 away.
So Frazier now with 2 singles up the middle. One of them went to the right side of the bag, another one went to the left side of the bag, and both of them, as you see here, hardly hit up the middle. And it's 1st and 3rd with 1 out here for the Cavemen.
Brings up Millie Beltink, the shortstop, and Beltink signaled and scored back in the 2nd. Beltink has had a hot bat as of late. 3 hits on Tuesday against Concord. She takes a strike on the outside corner here, and it's 0-1.
Just like your team needs the right game plan, your home needs the right water solution. Call Hawkins Water Tech today. Find the perfect treatment solution for your home. Hawkins Water Tech, your local water experts and proud supporters of Raider Athletics. Go Northridge.
0-1 the count. Big room up the middle for Beltink if she can take it back from whence it came. Instead, ground ball. Nally shuts it off at 3rd. This time an accurate throw to 1st. The runner scores from 3rd. That's Hershey. Throw back to 2nd, not in time. And Mishawaka extends the lead to 4-1 with a run from Mishawaka East End Baseball and Softball Association.
Now 2 away in the inning. Can they get out of this inning with just giving up 1 run?
For Beltink, that's her 7th RBI of the season. Here's Lily Hines. She reached on an error and scored back in the 2nd. Takes high for ball 1. Take you quickly around the area on the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard. Edwardsburg shut out Concord tonight 10-0. 4 hits for Kendall Hewlett in that one. Ava Sanders gets the shutout for Elkhart. They beat St. Joseph 7-0. Line drive, base hit up the middle, a screamer. It's bobbled by Staley in center, but the runner at 3rd will hold, and that's Frazier. They have ripped a couple of shots past Leela Winchester that has to have her ducking and chucking out there.
Here's the replay, and you're right about that. They've gone to her feet, to the left side of her head, to the right side of her head, everywhere in between so far with these up-the-middle base hits.
Here's Reagan Edmondson, who was credited with an RBI single her last time up. Edmondson opened the season with 2 hits against Elkhart. She takes a strike at the knees, 0-1.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreation experience. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the field.
The pitch down in the turf. A good stop by Mia Branham, and 1-1. Continuing on the McInnes Realty scoreboard, Carmen Ernsberger, a home run. Bridgman beat Brandywine this afternoon 6-3. Ava Trapp had 4 hits, and Watervliet's 12-7 win over Buchanan. Here it's 4-1 Mishawaka, 2 out in the 3rd. And the pitch, a soft ground ball. Lucas has it, steps on the pillow, and the inning is over. But not before an unearned run with 2 hits and an error. And after 2.5, 4-1 Mishawaka on Sports Michiana.
With SurfFiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. Practice is over on the baseball field, so the team has come over, hit the concession stand, and lending some support to their Diamond pals from the softball squad tonight. Northridge trailing Mishawaka in this one by a count of 4-1. Baseball team for Northridge will play Mishawaka tomorrow night. Grace Matherly on the circle for Mishawaka fires a strike on the first pitch to Rachel Humbarger, 0-1.
Looking to buy or sell a home, McKinnis Realty is where service comes first, family and veteran owned. They proudly serve our community heroes through the Homes for Heroes program, helping you save when you buy or sell. Learn more at McKinnisRealty.com.
Humbarger, a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Humbarger had her 136th career hit back in the first inning. Matherly has been in command since. Humbarger now with a 9-game hit streak that dates back to last year. And she usually doesn't stop at just one. Of the 7 games Northridge has played this year, Humbarger has had 5 multi-hit games.
You'd imagine the stats would be ridiculous with her hitting .654.
It's like she's playing backyard baseball in the video game. 1-2 pitch, swing a little tap at the third base side. Hershey bare hands, that's her only play, and she got her. What a play. Hang a star on that one for the Big C Lumber play of the game.
Wow. That is definitely a contender, no question about it, and the best play of the game so far. You got a speedster in Humbarger running down, and watch Chloe Hershey, bare hands, has no choice but to fire it over to first, the stretch, and they get the out at first base.
Bang, bang play, but the umpire looking right at it, makes the call. And with one away, here's Mia Branham, the catcher, who laid down a sacrifice her first time up. Branham batting .389, takes on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. And you can definitely say defense has been the difference in this one tonight. Mishawaka has made a couple of plays like that, and Northridge has not been able to.
Yeah, I think that has certainly made the difference here because Northridge is getting out of those innings if it wasn't for some of those errors that they had early on in this game.
Branham's pop foul hits the facade right in front of the netting. It's 0-2.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support at Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
Branham, a 4-year varsity player, co-captain of this team. One of 4 seniors on the squad. Takes inside, just jackknifed out of the way of that one. It's 1-2. There you see Andy Robinson down in the third base coach's box. 1-2 the count. Matherly rubbing up that baseball against her hip, now ready, and a swing and a little blooper down the left field line, foul.
Big C Lumber is the best choice for your next home improvement project. Family owned for over 100 years, they know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and their knowledgeable sales staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture of caring can make at Big C Lumber.
Branham threw out a runner trying to steal back in the first. Now trying to become the base runner herself. Matherly settles in the 1-2. Swing and a fly ball out towards center field. Shine is under it and makes the catch. And there's 2 away in the Raider half at number 3.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institution of choice for Sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools utilize their unique Elevate tools to help raise funds and drive your mission. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more.
Here's Willow Staley, the center fielder. She fouled out to the first baseman Edmondson back in the first. Staley, an all-conference selection a year ago. Matherly misses inside for ball 1. And as Anj mentioned off the top, for Grace Matherly, this is the 3rd straight night that she has pitched. She was really needed on Tuesday night in the win over Concord, where Mishawaka had to come from behind in that one. A little tap off the foot of Staley, and the puppies are barking right now. It's 1-1. Staley will get a chance to walk that one off. And then Matherly through last night, through 6 1/3 in the win over Northwood, a team whose record maybe not emblematic of the kind of offensive production they're capable of. And that pitch got a piece of Willow Staley, and she's going to walk on down to first slowly.
Northridge will take the base runner any way they can get it here with 2 outs in the 3rd inning, trying to get a run in this inning maybe and close this deficit back down to 2.
You see another look here on the top coat powder coating replay. There's no question it got her on the elbow, and unlike many of the big league players you see, there's no elbow guard on there for Willow Staley, and the funny bone not so funny right now.
Yeah, that had to sting, no question about it, especially on a night like this where the temperatures have dipped and we're probably under 50 degrees at this point, so that's not going to help either.
Everybody seems to be okay. And you just wonder if Staley is trying to lull them into a false sense of security here, because she does have 7 stolen bases on the season. Andy Robinson asking for time as he discusses things with Leela Winchester. She says, I don't need your advice. I had an RBI single first time up.
Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive, we're here for all your automotive needs.
Winchester bounces this one towards the Raider dugout, and it's 0-1. No balls and a strike, the count on the Northridge pitcher. Mishawaka leading 4-1 in this key Northern Lakes Conference game. Here's another foul ball, and it's 0-2. So Matherly has twice come in on the hands of Winchester, only to see Winchester fight it off, but not be able to put it into play. Does she stay in there, or does she try to deceive her and go back outside? Crawford, looking over the Mishawaka dugout, gets the sign and relays it, and here we go. She stayed in on the hands, and Winchester fouled it off her foot, and it's 0-2. And you get this feeling that Grace Mather might just kind of try to keep working her over and over and over on the inside here. Here comes the 0-2. Gets away from Crawford to the backstop. And racing for third is the runner, and she is tagged out. Crawford was watching her almost in disbelief as Willow Staley raced around second. Kind of waited just a half second to make the throw to third, and guns down Staley to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base after 3, 4-1 Mishawaka on Sports Michiana.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless. Layla Winchester gets ready for the top of the fourth, trying to hold the Mishawaka Bats in check. Cavemen have a 4-1 lead in this NLC showdown. And it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. That's Holly Shine, the center fielder, standing in there. Sacrifice fly, her first time up. Shine takes high for ball 1.
Sports Michiana's apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, mugs. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It's Tops gives you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
Boy, they've been a great partner to us at Sports Michiana. They will hook you up. 1-1 to Holly Shine.
Fourth inning brought to you by Patrick.
This Mishawaka team, very active in the community. We'll tell you a couple of things that they're doing coming up as that pitch misses high, 2-1. This weekend over at Ward Baker Park, it's the Caveman versus Cancer tournament. And they've got a pretty good field coming in. If you have not seen Miss Herb from Western High School, here's your chance. They're coming into town this weekend. Fort Wayne Carroll will play in that tournament, as will Fort Wayne Dwener, South Bend Adams. Here's a high fly ball out into right field. Hallie Moeller is under it and makes the grab for the out, 1 away. And then coming up on May 15th at Baker Park, it is the Bears and Blankets drive for Beacon Children's Hospital as Mishawaka will play Northwood, and there will be bins behind home plate for the collection of Bears and Blankets before the game.
Good job there by the Caveman. Always really trying to help out in the community, different causes throughout the season, and that is great to see that event coming up in May.
And, of course, that Caveman versus Cancer tournament takes on added meaning when you consider that Brian's mother passed away from cancer. Brian Miller, the head coach, as there's a strike to Alexa Davis. And, of course, we've just had the recent battle with cancer for Katie Rodriguez, the assistant coach at Marion High School, who is good friends with Brian Miller, and she just had a double mastectomy. But it was good to see Katie back on the bench coaching the other night for the Knights.
Longtime South Bend Clay head coach.
0-1 pitch to Davis, hits the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-2.
Her family, of course, has been through that battle before. Her son, Gabe, going through that as a youngster. So we will continue to keep the Rodriguez family certainly in our prayers.
And, in fact, that Marion has a Coaches versus Cancer or Knights versus Cancer tournament coming up on the same weekend, May 16th, that Mishawaka has their Blankets and Bears collection. So a lot of teams get very active in the community. And the softball community around here, I think, is one of the tighter-knit communities, too. It seems like all the coaches get along.
I think that's a good way to put it. They all will do whatever is necessary to help each other out. And I think that's the case in a lot of sports. It's just softball takes it up a notch, which has been so neat to see over the years. And maybe it's because there's been unique situations like the one the Rodriguez family has had to gone through over the years.
No balls and 2 strikes to Alexa Davis with 1 away. Here's the pitch from Winchester. That misses down low, 1-2.
Broncos Restaurant and Lounge is conveniently located across the street from Northridge High School since 1964. Broncos has been serving generations of families with their award-winning pizza, sandwiches, and pasta. Thank you, Broncos, for feeding our crew tonight.
Good stuff, as always, when we come over here to Middlebury. The 1-2, change-up outside corner called strike 3. Davis fans for the second time tonight. Third strikeout racked up by Leila Winchester, and with 2 away, the base is empty. Here's Shea Crawford, the catcher, as you get another look at this one from Top Coat Powder Coating.
Puts it high and gets her looking, froze her, and now we're back to the top of the order.
Crawford had a grand slam and a game-winning RBI single in their opener against Elkhart. She takes high and in for ball 1.
So Crawford, the rare entity that throws lefty and bats righty.
It's been successful for her. She batted .417 as a freshman. She came into the action tonight batting .471. Looking for her first hit of the night. She takes down low. It's 2-0. She reached on an error back in the first inning and then bounced out to short to end the second. Winchester has gone the distance in this one so far. trying to get her first 1-2-3 clean inning of the game. She had a 1-2-3 in the first, but that was aided by a caught stealing. That one misses down low, and it's 3-0.
Southwind Flooring is proud to support tonight's broadcast. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southwindflooring.com. Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dreams. Go Raiders.
Mishawaka dugout trying to encourage their sophomore catcher. Crawford is ready. And the 3-0, high and in, ball 4. It's a 2-out walk given up by Winchester, and walks are sponsored by our friends at ASA Electronics.
In 2024, Mishawaka's East End 18 and under Babe Ruth team was World Series runners-up to Mexico with current Lady Caveman Allie Myers, Grace Matherly, and Leah Pearson on the team. Mishawaka East End is proud to host the Babe Ruth Softball Indiana State Championships coming up June 25th through 28th.
Here's a wild pitch by Winchester, and going over to second base is Crawford. And the count 1-0 on Linnea West. The left fielder is 0 for 2 tonight, but boy, she saved the day for Mishawaka in their win over Wawasee earlier this year with 3 RBI in that game against the Warriors. That one misses down low. Branham throws to third, couldn't get her. Throw wound up on the foul territory side of the bag, and Crawford slid right on top of the base, much to the delight of both head coach B. Miller and Crawford herself.
You saw that brief hesitation as she waited to see what was going to happen at the play, and then she was right away running to third base. No hesitation once she saw her opportunity. That's the key to stealing bases in both softball and baseball. You got to be committed to it, and you got to go right away once you see your chance and not hesitate.
Andy Robinson talking to his pitcher. He's seen a little bit of a quirk in her delivery that would cause those pitches to remain low. And I also noticed that Winchester kind of keeps rubbing her hand. I don't know if her hand is cramping a little bit right now or she's just not getting a real good grip on the softball. She has missed with 6 straight pitches after really being in command most of this game.
Well, certainly the temperature is probably not helping the cause for her either.
The 2-0 to West. That one's down the middle for a strike, and it's 2-1.
Now can you get out of this inning and, keep that deficit still at 3 runs and make it manageable for your offense to try to make a comeback in this one?
The stride's so important for a softball pitcher. I would think a little bit easier on a turf field, too. She gets good velocity there, and West swings and misses. It's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. With 2 away, the deuce is wild on the scoreboard here at Jayco Field.
Took her time, took a couple deep breaths here, knowing this is a big pitch for her.
Branham sets out outside corner. It's a 1-hopper back to Winchester. Throw to first in time, inning over. They work around the 2-out walk halfway home in Middlebury. Mishawaka leads at 4-1 on Sports Michiana.
Why is Babsco the premier electrical distributor? Because they have breakers, boxes, switches, resets, clamps, tapes, relays, covers, timers, batteries, wires, labels, ballast, heat shrink, fixtures, plugs, tubing, lamps, load centers, and conduit. You can do it with Babsco Supply. With 2 locations in Elkhart and Warsaw. Visit Babsco.com. Babsco Supply, where they have everything.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. They are real people with real service and real value. And it's a real chilly night here at Jayco Field. Michael Weens came in a sweatshirt. Well, actually, he came in a quarter zip. Then he added the sweatshirt. Now he's added the coat. It's still in the 40s. We're well above freezing.
Wow. We're in the press box.
We are.
It's a lot easier where we are than where they are at the moment. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Listen to you going to bat for the Crew.
I shouldn't after last week's game where they failed to get the real Big C Lumber big play of the game when I made that standing catch in the Goshen dugout, and we just had a very, very poor version of that replay that we barely just got. I mean, the play of the year. Do you know the speed?
Now we've overstated it a bit.
Now, you know the speed that ball ricocheted off the concrete, went sky high in the air. I just put my hand out and make a fabulous grab.
I don't think it went at very much speed.
Oh, it did.
Here's Leila Winchester. She was at the plate when Staley was thrown out at third to end the third, and she fouls this one out of play from Grace Matherly for strike one. Matherly has only allowed 2 hits in the game so far. They both came in the first inning. She hasn't fanned anybody, but she hasn't walked anybody. Hit a couple of batters, and that's about it. Very efficient out on the circle, and that one's fouled off the foot of Winchester, and it's 0-2.
Thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
Always good to encounter Tony. Grace Matherly gets ready for her 36th or 37th pitch of the night, and that one misses inside for ball one.
At School City of Mishawaka, there's a place for every student, from academics to arts to athletics. Discover how your child can learn, grow, and thrive at MishawakaSchools.com. At Mishawaka, your home.
1-2, the count on Winchester, who singled back in the first. Foul tips this one to the backstop, but still 1-2. Winchester came into the action batting .250. Hit a home run against Concord, as we mentioned. And has been a very tough out here for Matherly in the last 2 innings. Really fighting off a lot of pitches. She takes that one outside, the count 2-2.
Fourth inning brought to you by Patrick. Usually they sponsor our sideline, but Bo had to take care of, the state of the city in Mishawaka tonight. How dare Mayor Wood hold a state of the city while the cavemen are playing on Sports Michiana?
Well, maybe they're all watching it.
That
together.
could be. That would be a good idea. I wouldn't be surprised.
They're huddled around their phones there at City Hall. 2-2 the count on Winchester. Matherly ready, and the big right-hander delivers. Fouled off again, and the count remains 2-2. Mishawaka came from behind tonight. They fell back 1-0, and then they've scored the last 4. They have 4 comeback wins this season, including 3 of their last 4 wins.
Yep. Had to come from behind twice on Tuesday night.
And that pitch misses outside, and Winchester with a wonderful at-bat here, working the count to 3-2.
Well, she knows what a long at-bat can do to a pitcher, so she's making Matherly earn this one.
Outfield playing her to swing late. Matherly's 3-2 offering, swinging a rip foul down the third base side, and it's still 3-2. I believe this will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat for Leila Winchester. And Matherly had to work hard when she was up to bat in the 3rd inning before the wild pitch would lead to Staley trying to steal 3rd and being thrown out. The payoff pitch hit high in the air out into short right field. Who wants it? The right fielder couldn't make the catch. Winchester takes off for second, and she's in there standing up. Carmen Frazier got under the ball but couldn't put it away, and that'll be an error on the caveman right fielder.
And good job there by Winchester being on top of things, noticing that ball dropping, had the hustle the whole way, and then takes off and gets over to second base, and now they'll have a courtesy runner for the pitcher.
And the courtesy runner once again will be Taylor Lehman. For Mishawaka, that is their 29th error of the season. That is the one area where Brian Miller would really like to see his team tighten some things up. They have been a little shoddy at times defensively. Tabby Lucas, the first baseman, stands in there now, and Lucas with a little squib to the first baseman Edmondson, who makes the catch in fair territory.
Yeah, I believe almost half the runs that Matherly has given up this season have been unearned.
Yeah, on the season, Grace Matherly, very close. 24 runs allowed, 14 of them earned coming into the action tonight. She did give up an earned run back in the first. Here's Angelina Barbaro, the senior left fielder. And she hits a high fly ball. Frazier coming on, can't get there. It drops in front of her for a base hit. And Barbaro extends her hitting streak to 7 games.
Runner only able to get to third because they had to hold up to see whether or not that ball was going to be caught or not. So it'd be first and third with one away as we take a look at the replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. And this one just dropping in between the second baseman and the right fielder.
So runners at the corners and the tying run coming to the plate in the person of Kinsley Miller. And Brian Miller, the head coach for Mishawaka, wants to go bring the infield in and have a little chat with his defense.
At OSMC, you're not just treated, you're cared for, guided from diagnosis through recovery with clarity and trust. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit osmc.com or their OrthoCare walk-in clinic in Granger off University Drive.
Couple of more softball scores for you from around the area on the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard. Penn tops South Bend Adams tonight 9-1. Easton Maston had a home run in that one for Beth Zachary's Kingsman. Tippecanoe Valley downs LaVille tonight by a count of 16-4 in the Indiana Northern State Conference. And also tonight, have to double check whether this was softball or baseball action. This was softball. Knox remains unbeaten in the Indiana Northern State as the Redskins knock off John Glenn by a count of 5-3. Baseball action tonight. Penn defeated Niles by a count of 5-2. Edwardsburg blanks Marion 1-0. And Triton remains red hot. The Trojans ranked number 3 in Class 1A baseball. They beat Pioneer tonight by a count of 7-6. Also in the NECC tournament consolation bracket, Fairfield topped Westview by a count of 8-1. Here it's 4-1 Mishawaka, but Northridge threatening in the bottom of the fourth. Runners at the corners, one out for Kinsley Miller, the shortstop. She squares to bunt, takes the bat back. The throw cut off by the shortstop, but the pinch runner, Lehman, was not trying to score, and now there's 2 in scoring position for Miller.
Basically, we're giving that up by the way they had the infield in, and when they had the cut, it was well in front of second base, so we're never going to attempt to try to get her out at second. So infield in here with one away, up by 3 with 2 runners in scoring position.
But Miller can shorten that gap with a base hit here. The infield pulled in on the right side. And a pop-up behind home plate, foul and out of play. It's 1-1.
There is action in the Mishawaka bullpen. They've had a couple of pitchers warming up down there.
Well, those would either be Laren Camacho or Allie Myers that's warming up down in the pen for the Cavemen. 1-1 the count here on Miller. Matherly's pitch bunted back towards the mound. Matherly has it, and the throw to first in time. But the run comes in to score, and it's a 4-2 game.
Perfectly laid bunt. Nothing Matherly could do but go to first base, and the run easily scoring. And the deficit now cut in half as you take a look at the replay, brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating.
Good read that time by Lehman as the bunt got down on the contact, and Miller celebrates the RBI, her third of the season. Here's Hallie Moeller, the right fielder, who bounced back to Matherly in the second inning. And she's hit by the pitch, the third hit by pitch tonight by Grace Matherly. And now it puts the go-ahead run at the plate in the person of Leah Lovely.
Going back to Miller, 2 sack bunts for her here this evening. Let's see what Lovely can do. And, of course, if Lovely in any form is able to get on base, then you really have the chance for Northridge to put themselves in a good position because their .654 leadoff hitter, Rachel Humberger, is on deck.
But part of the problem for Northridge at times this year has been getting the clutch hit from this part of the order, as that pitch misses low and away for ball 1. Lovely has stranded 15 runners so far this season. She's only a freshman, batting .231 on the year. She did have 2 RBI in the game against Warsaw last night. Looking to deliver a key hit here. The 1-0, little looper out towards center field. Shine had a good read on it and makes the catch, and the inning is over. Northridge picks up an unearned run on the benefit of a hit and an error, and they strand 2 at the end of 4. 4-2 Mishawaka on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce. You might ask, well, you bought them. Now how are you going to put them on? No problem. Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb. Take your time. I'm just marinating. TireRack.com. The way tire buying should be.
Is this local hometown insurance?
Yes, sir. It was local hometown insurance until about 5 minutes ago. We've just been acquired by Big Web Private Equity Insurance.
Wait, what happened to my agent? I've been dealing with him for years.
Well, looks like we just got bought again. We're now Big Artificial Intelligence Insurance. And I've just been named the CEO. Long live the algorithm, baby.
What?
Feel like your insurance is getting more robotic by the day? Call Lilliard Insurance. Real people, local office.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Babsco, your trusted electrical distributor. Give me your poor, your tired, your huddled masses yearning to be free. Oh, wait, no, that's the Mishawaka JV softball team that came over here and played Northridge earlier tonight. And the Northridge JV settling into their spots in the bleachers as well. Crowd filling in nicely despite a chilly night here in Middlebury. And it'll be the heart of the order coming up for the Cavemen here in the 5th. Chloe Hershey will lead it off. She is 0 for 2 tonight, but she reached on error and scored back in the 3rd inning. And Hershey takes a strike from Leela Winchester. It's 0-1. Winchester has fanned 3 and walked 1 tonight, but she faces a tremendous athlete in Chloe Hershey. She had over 600 career saves as the soccer goalie at Mishawaka in her 4 years. And you might say, well, how does somebody get that many saves? Honestly, the Cavemen have struggled in girls soccer, and the main reason they were competitive was the young woman that's in the batter's box right now. And Hershey takes that pitch inside. It's 2-1.
She was our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athlete of the Week back in football season because of her efforts on the soccer field and in goal.
She's also a young woman who wrestled during her younger days. And, of course, girls wrestling, one of the emerging sports, now an official sport for the IHSA. Here's a line drive out towards center field, chasing Staley back. It's off the top of the fence. And how about a 6th straight game with a double for Chloe Hershey?
Unbelievable. And you know what? Maybe she wanted to get the streak going, because if she hits that pretty much anywhere else, that's a home run. But because she hit it to center where they have the high wall here in the batter's eye, that one goes off the wall. And a 6th straight game for Chloe Hershey with a double. Unbelievable. Joe DiMaggio, look out.
As it is, the hitting streak she has going back to last year, now 11 games. And in scoring position for Carmen Frazier, who's 2 for 2 tonight. And both of her hits have gone right up the middle. But this one is too high, and Staley comes in and makes the grab.
It was up the middle, just in the air this time, as opposed to the line drive she had in her first 2 at-bats.
Brings up Melly Beltink, the shortstop. Beltink, a single and an RBI tonight, 1 for 2.
And certainly for Winchester, a nice bounce back there because you get Hershey belting one, and then you come back on the next pitch and get a quick out.
And you're right. If it weren't for that batter's eye out in center field, that ball is out of most parks in this area.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been out here if center field was
didn't have the high batter's eye.
Yeah, and it was just like the rest of the field.
0-1 the count on Belting. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. A couple of these caveman hitters, Crawford and Beltink, have some pretty unique batting stances. When Beltink gets into the box, and we might be able to see this from the camera behind home plate, watch that back foot. And it's almost out. Well, the heel is out of the box, but the toe just barely inside the batter's box. That is the definition of an open stance. And it's a comebacker up the middle and a base hit. They'll hold the runner at third. That's Hershey. And runners at the corners again for Mishawaka here in the fifth. You'll get another look at this one from Top Coat Powder Coating. And that open stance allows her to get around on a pitch inside like that.
Yeah, and right up the middle, which is pretty much where every hit seems to have gone so far here tonight for the Cavemen. 7 hits on the night. And, man, 5 of them, I believe, have gone up the middle.
Here's Lily Hine, who had a base hit her last time up. She also has an RBI tonight. The freshman lost one out into left field. Barbaro comes over by the stripe, makes the catch. Her throw to the plate will be cut off. And the runner tagged from first and went to second, but they held Hershey at third. Good play by Barbaro.
Hine had good contact. Unfortunately, the way the ball drifted made it a much shorter throw in left field, and Hershey, who doesn't have the wheels of some of the other players on this Mishawaka team, had to wisely hold up and not make sure that she made the final out at home plate.
So here's Reagan Edmondson. She had an RBI single her first time up. Rolled out to first base with 2 aboard back in the third, and now she's got 2 aboard with 2 out here in the fifth. Boy, if Winchester could work out of this jam, that'd be a big lift for Northridge, and she may have done it. Little squib. It's caught by the pitcher Winchester, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the Cavemen strand 2. They have left 6 in the first 5 innings, and Northridge hanging around, trailing 4-2 after 4.5 on Sports Michiana.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
Friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to you by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. That's 3 great services in one great place. The Water Tower of Middlebury looming over the city. As you take a look back here at Jayco Field, that's where we are tonight for this key Northern Lakes Conference showdown. It's been a fun game. Mishawaka leading Northridge by a count of 4-2. Top of the order due up here for the Raiders in their half of number 5, and Rachel Humbarger, the best hitter in the NLC, as we have a little factoid that'll tell you that. If she cooperates by taking a pitch, she did not. Ground ball to the second baseman, through the wickets and into center field. And that'll be an error on the second baseman, Alexa Davis, second of the night for Mishawaka. You get another look from Top Coat Powder Coating.
Strong, durable, and built to last. That's the finish your products deserve. Top Coat Powder Coating in Elkhart delivers flawless results quickly with colors that stand out. Learn more at topcoatsllc.com. Top Coat Powder Coating, where protection meets perfection.
So how does Andy Robinson want to play this? He's got a terrific base stealer out there in Humbarger. He's got a good handler of the bat in Branham at the plate, who laid down a sacrifice her first time up. She's showing bump, but she pulled back on the last pitch, and she does here, and she checks her swing, and that's a full strike. It's 1-1. Andy did not think that was a strike in either swinging or taking the pitch, but they're not taking a pull. 1-1 the count. The pitch to Branham. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
Is there a color Branham does not feature at this point as she's batting? She's got green, black, and yellow on her uniform. The bat has blue, pink, and orange. What are we missing? Purple? I don't see purple.
And a cone. That's what you're missing. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Matherly collects her first strikeout of the night. So one away, a runner at first, and here's Willow Staley. And now you have to think, as you get another look at this one from Top Coat Powder Coating, now you have to think that Humbarger might be on the move here. We mentioned earlier she is 16 stolen bases away from the career record. She watches Staley take ball one inside here.
One of the reasons you don't usually see a lefty catcher is because, well, most batters are righty. So that throw down to second base is not easy for the catcher because of the position of the batter.
1-0. Matherly kicks and fires, and that one missed down low inside, and that's going to be a wild pitch, allowing Humbarger to get down to second.
You can give Humbarger any form of space. She's going to get there in a hurry, and she does there. So now, as you take a look at the replay here, brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. Nothing Crawford could really do about that. She did a nice job of making sure it didn't get to the backstop, and Humbarger didn't have an opportunity to get all the way to third.
2-0 now on Staley. Good hitter in her own right at the plate. And she hits a little squib on the right-hand side. It's going to die in front of Davis, and it's an infield hit.
Man, Staley's wheels. She got down to first base in no time. But she is shaking up a little bit as she gets down there.
Well, that ball was right in on the hands, as you're going to see here. She practically hit it off of her hands, and once the ball landed and Matherly couldn't make a play on it, Davis was so deep she had no shot.
Well, she was the one that was hit on the elbow earlier in the game also, so that probably didn't help the cause either.
So here's a big batter in this game, Leela Winchester at the plate, already with an RBI single tonight. Northridge with runners at the corners. Winchester represents the go-ahead run at the plate. She takes inside, and now both runners are in scoring position after they fake the safety squeeze and send Staley to second uncontested. Second and third, and one out, and Winchester with another big chance to help her own cause here. A ball and no strikes, the pitch. Bounced right back to Matherly. She's going to throw to the plate and try to get runners hung up, and instead everybody's safe. It's a fielder's choice for Winchester, but good base running there by the Raiders. On this play, Matherly should have run right at the base runner. Instead, she throws to the plate, and that gives Humbarger an easy chance to get back to third.
Yeah, you can't throw to first there. You know Humbarger will score in that case. So she made the second best decision in that situation. But the fact that she did not run her back allows her to be safe then at first base, because you just, in softball with only 60 feet to get to the base, you throw home, you're not gonna get anybody then.
Tabby Lucas is 0 for 2 tonight. She has bounced to third and popped out to first. Matherly's first pitch is hit foul and out of play on the first base side. It's 0-1. Lucas brings a 3-game RBI streak into this one, and here's a golden opportunity with the bases loaded and one away. If you're wondering, the Cavemen have turned 3 double plays so far this season. They'd love to get their 4th right here. Pitch up and in, the count 1-1.
Now you have to start wondering for Matherly, who has pitched now 3 evenings in a row, if that's starting to wear on her a little bit here in the 5th inning.
She has not had to throw a ton of pitches tonight, but obviously the stress on the body of 3 straight nights. There's a strike on a changeup, and it's 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes the count on Tabby Lucas. Grace Matherly getting ready for her 65th pitch of the evening right here. Fouled away and out of play on the first base side. And the count remains 1-2 on Lucas.
ASA Electronics has been providing engineered solutions to the construction, agriculture, RV, marine, and power sports industries for almost 50 years. Go Cavemen.
Lucas came into the game batting .348. She had a 3 RBI game against Northwood. And looking to pick up some more right here. The 1-2. Outside, it's 2-2. And the hot-hitting Angelina Barbaro waits on deck. So Matherly is right in the thick of it right here. Northridge trying to knock off the league-leading Cavemen, but they're down 2 in the 5th. High fly ball, right field side, foul territory and out of play.
This Mishawaka senior class, 3-time defending NLC champions. They've only lost 2 conference games in their careers. Now their 4th season playing. They've lost 2 conference games entering tonight. Incredible run.
And in fact, the program, since joining the Northern Lakes Conference, has only lost 5. Great stop by Crawford there, as she kept that one from going to the backstop. And now the count goes full at 3-2, and there's nowhere to put her. Big moment in this game. Bases loaded, 1 away. Northridge down 2. The payoff pitch inside. She walked her and forced in a run. Tabby Lucas draws an RBI walk. Northridge within 1 here in the 5th. And Brian Miller talking things over with his coaching staff. He had some action going in the bullpen. And it looks like he's going to stay with Matherly here against Angelina Barbaro, who's been hit by a pitch and singled back in the 3rd inning. Or excuse me, the 4th. First pitch to Barbaro. Line drive fouled on the right field side. It's 0-1. If that gets down, the merry-go-round was ready to circle. Barbaro with a 7-game hit streak, including the base hit earlier tonight. 4-year varsity player who's hitting right around .500 now for the season. And she has good speed. Tough player to double up. Infield in at all 4 spots. The 0-1. Inside, it's 1-1. And now it's Matherly starting to struggle with her control. She just issued her first walk of the game. She has hit 3 batters tonight, and Andy Robinson wants to have a chat. Meanwhile, the catcher Crawford goes out to talk to Matherly.
Well, and if you're Brian Miller, obviously you don't necessarily want to make a pitching change with the bases loaded and 1 out in the middle of an inning. You're hoping Matherly can at least get out of this inning, and then you can make your decision here heading to the 6th if you want to go with someone else. As we've mentioned, the other 2 options for Mishawaka both don't throw anywhere nearly as hard as Matherly. They'll be more of the junk ball type of pitchers.
1-1 the count on Barbaro. Matherly delivers. And that misses inside again. It's 2-1.
But at this point, it doesn't matter to the speed. You're going to have to hit the strike zone.
She's missing consistently in the same position. which would probably be an indicator there's some sort of flaw in her delivery right now.
Probably laboring a little bit and the technique is getting affected as a result.
The 2-1. Way outside, it's 3-1.
And that one looked like she's trying to overcompensate for that, and then obviously throws it up in the other direction.
3 balls and a strike. Northridge only down 1, bases loaded, 1 out. And you wonder if Barbaro's got the green light here on 3-1. She did, and she fouls it back, and she may have swung at ball 4. 3-2.
It might have been, but it wasn't a bad pitch. It wasn't like she was swinging at something insanely out of the strike zone. So you never fault a good hitter for seeing something they like and wanting to take a swing, even if it might have been a ball.
Payoff pitch. Little check swing foul. It hit the bat twice while she was in the batter's box.
That one, I think, probably definitely was ball 4. She might have been chasing a little bit more there. But again, the last thing you ever want as a hitter is to get caught looking in a situation like this.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Matherly looking over at the Mishawaka bench to get the sign. She's ready, so's Barbaro. The pitch. Swinging a bouncer to third. Hershey's got to pick it up and has no play. Dives and got the runner straying off third base. Lehman strayed too far off third. Andy Robinson is trying to say she should be safe and wants the umpires to get together and discuss this.
And most importantly here, obviously the play is huge, but hopefully both players are okay, because Hershey went in aggressively to try to make that tag, and that was a collision between her and the base runner, and they are going to call the base runner out here on the play. So heads-up play by Chloe Hershey as we take a look at the replay, brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. Couldn't field it right away, then thinks about going to throw it, and then the runner rounds the base, and she just goes with a head-first dive to make the tag, and she does, and gets the out.
So this one gets a little complicated, but it's a fielder's choice and an error on Hershey. That gives Barbaro the RBI. And then the runner at third, the courtesy runner Lehman, is thrown out. And now my man here, the scoreboard operator, trying to get things set up here because this is a 4-4 game. Kinsley Miller at the plate with 2 away. And a ground ball. Hershey fields this one cleanly, and she'll tag the runner coming to third for the out to end the inning. But Northridge picks up 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 costly caveman errors, and 2 left on the bases. And after 5, it's a brand new ball game in Middlebury, tied at 4 on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection. Sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by TireRack.com. By golly, it's the way tire buying should be. Chuck Freeby and Angelo DiCarlo with you from Jayco Field. There's action down in the Mishawaka pen, as that's Allie Myers getting loose just in case she is needed for the 6th. It's a 4-4 game, as the Cavemen will send the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate here in the 5th against Leela Winchester. Shine tonight with a sacrifice fly and a fly out, both of them to right field. She takes up high for ball 1.
Be interesting to see what Brian Miller does in the bottom of the 6th. Does he give Myers a clean inning, or does he give his ace an opportunity to start off strong and maybe have, obviously, a very quick hook if she gets a runner on base?
And how much is his decision influenced by what happens in this half of the inning for Mishawaka? As there's a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. I will say Brian Miller knows what he's doing down there in that third base coach's box. He has won 295 games in his 17 years as the Caveman head coach. Foul ball blistered towards the hitting cage, and it's 1-2.
If you recognize the name and you can't figure it out, yes, it is the same Brian Miller that is the voice of Mishawaka football and basketball.
Longtime radio broadcaster. 1-2, fouled straight back. He's worked at about as many stations as I have.
I've worked at more than you have. Holly Shine, by the way, had a fantastic defensive catch the other night against Concord, diving catch of her own out in center field. Really good defensive player. That's why she's in the lineup.
But she has been hitting better as of late. She fouls this one out of play off the top of the Raider dugout, and the count holds at 1-2. She had really struggled to have contact earlier in the season, but she brings a 2-game hit streak into this one. She's made contact both times up here tonight.
Yeah, she was very critical with some action in the 5-run 6th inning in the win over Concord on Tuesday night as well at the plate.
Here's the 1-2. Little dribbler down the first base side. Lucas, did she field it fair or foul? It's foul. They would have liked the first baseman, Tabby Lucas, to be able to charge that one and field it in fair territory. She would have had an easy put out of Shine, but she just couldn't get there in time. An all-turf field here at Jayco Field. Great facility here, as really you can say about all of the Northridge facilities. As that pitch misses high and away, it's 2-2. This community has really made a terrific investment in athletics. And every field, every court here right now just absolutely sparkles.
State of the art, right up there with any field in the entire area in every sport.
High fly ball out into left field. The left fielder Barbaro comes over and makes the two-hand grab. One away here in the Caveman half of number 6. It brings up the second baseman Alexa Davis, who has struck out twice tonight. But we're going to see a pinch hitter as Laren Camacho has grabbed a bat. And Camacho, who bats .476 with no homers and 4 runs batted in, will pinch hit here in the 6th. If the name Camacho and Mishawaka softball are familiar, well, her older sister Gianna plays at Wisconsin Green Bay. And Camacho, one of the options for Brian Miller out of the bullpen as well. She's got a 1.75 ERA this season. Winchester ready for the first pitch to the righty. And it's tapped towards the shortstop, Miller, who fields it cleanly, throws high to first, and it goes out of the glove of Lucas, and it's another error on Northridge.
And you see the enthusiasm from Camacho at first base. And probably with considering her batting average, you take a look at the replay for the brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating and the hustle she had here. Obviously, Northridge should have had her, and that is the 4th error of the game, but whether or not they needed her as a pitcher, probably one of the reasons why she wasn't in the starting lineup here tonight, because they got to get her ready in case they need her on the 3rd straight night of a game.
Shea Crawford takes on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. So you're back to the top of the order now for Mishawaka, and while Crawford has not had a hit tonight, she's been on base twice. Came into the action batting .471 with a homer and 10 knocked in. Big chance for the Caveman catcher here with the game tied at 4 in the 6th. Taps this one foul off her foot, and it's 0-2. Crawford had a 4-hit game to open the season against Elkhart. She's had 3 hit games against Huntington North and Plymouth, so she can swing it. Let's see if she can deliver here with a runner on first and 1 away. The 0-2. Outside, that's where Branham set up. Winchester hit the mitt, but Crawford was not about to go on a fishing expedition. One and 2 the count. Here's the delivery. And it's tapped back to the pitcher. She's going to throw to first, and it gets away from Lucas, and the runners will advance. Camacho rounds third. She's headed for home. The throw goes to the pitching circle, and Mishawaka takes the lead 5-4.
What a sequence there for the Cavemen, and the aggressiveness on the base pass for Mishawaka paying off. Headsy play here by Camacho, staying on top of things. You take a look at the replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. Another error for Northridge, their 5th of the game. And Camacho paying attention. Brian Miller didn't even wave her in. She saw it, and she went in on her own.
And you see Camacho fired up right there. A 5-4 Caveman lead. Here's Linnea West. She's going to get the bunt down. The pitcher's going to go to first, and it's a 6-4 Mishawaka lead. Both those runs brought to you by Mishawaka East End Baseball and Softball Association. Great execution there by Linnea West on the bunt. Winchester chose to go to first instead of coming home. And the Cavemen plate 2 unearned runs here in the 6th for Chloe Hershey to come to the plate. She doubled off the center field wall her last time up and takes a strike outside there, 0-1. The fielding for Northridge tonight has really been their downfall. Neither team has played cleanly defensively tonight, and it's led to a lot of unearned runs in this game. Hershey with a little floater out into right field. Moeller is there and makes the catch to retire the side. 2 runs, no hits, 2 errors, nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, 6-4 Mishawaka on Sports Michiana.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
Hey, this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. Good music playing, got to dance when you're at the ballpark. Why not? They're running down the dream there in the bleachers here at Jayco Field, hoping the home team can rally down 6-4. And Grace Matherly has gone back out to the circle for the 6th inning after showing some signs of fatigue in the 5th. She'll face the bottom third of the Raider order here in the inning. That means Kinsley Miller, who's twice laid down sacrifices tonight, takes a strike right here, 0-1.
Just like your team needs the right game plan, your home needs the right water solution. Call Hawkins Water Tech today and find the perfect treatment solution for your home. Hawkins Water Tech, your local water experts and proud supporters of Raider Athletics. Go Northridge.
Miller takes that pitch outside, 1-1. Miller, an outstanding soccer player for Northridge as well. Came into the action batting 143. She had an RBI on her squeeze bunt the last time up. Whistles this one foul off the Caveman dugout, and it's 1-2. Northridge, busy week for the Raiders. They've got 2 games on Saturday facing Bremen, suddenly resurgent. Mike Huppard's team has won 4 in a row, and Columbia City, and then they go to Plymouth. You talk about a team that's gotten hot. The Pilgrims have done that in the NLC as well. So no rest for the weary for Andy Robinson's team over the next couple of days. They'd love to build some momentum with a comeback win here tonight. Trailing by 2, bottom of the 6th. Miller with a count of 2-2. Matherly delivers, and it's a little fly ball out into right field. And coming over and making the grab, and there's one away as Linnea West has moved over to right field. And she makes the grab there.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
West is now in right, and they moved Carmen Frazier over to left, mainly because nobody has really been able to pull Matherly tonight. Now you've got a left-handed hitter up in Lovely. And it's 1-0. The pitch, that one's taken high, and the count goes to 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes on the right fielder. Grace Matherly, the pitch count mounting. She's ready to deliver her 85th pitch of the night right here. There's a strike on the inside corner. It's 2-1. Lovely is a tiny little thing, but man, she is a competitor. She is one of the pitchers of the future for Andy Robinson's team. Hits a high pop-up, short right field. The second baseman goes out and makes the catch. Good grab that time by Laren Camacho, who stayed in the game to play second base. And there's 2 away, and it'll bring up Rachel Humbarger.
So how about this for Matherly after the struggles last inning? Brian Miller entrusting her to keep her in the game here in the 6th, and she gets the first 2 batters down.
So Moeller and Lovely go down, and here's Humbarger, who is 1 for 3 tonight. And she rifles one into the left center field gap. And let's see if she can get a school record for triples. She's going to hold at second with a 2-bagger. The ball comes off her bat differently.
It does. By the way, let's watch this replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. I want to see her come into second base. Does she strike the Heisman pose here? Look at this.
Yeah, she did.
Well, when you hit 654, you can do whatever you want.
Average is actually going to go down tonight because she's 2 for 4.
Yeah. Terrible night for her.
Yeah. Runner at second. Here's Branham. She lines one towards center. Shine will play it on the hop. They'll send Humbarger to the plate. Nope, they're going to hold her at third. And on the throw into the plate, Branham goes to second.
But what a fabulous play by Holly Shine. She had to field that it was a difficult play to field, first of all. Take a look at the replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. You know Humbarger's speed, and then she rifles that one home and has to keep Humbarger back at third base. Great job by Holly Shine saving a run there, and now can Mishawaka get out of the inning without giving up that run?
Or does Willow Staley come up with a key hit? Here she hit it foul behind the first base coach. It's 0-1. Staley tonight is 1 for 2. She singled and scored her last time up. Four RBI on the season. Came into the action a career .359 hitter in this her junior year. Here's the 0-1. Upstairs, it's 1-1. wasn't the worst location that time for Matherly. She was trying to jam her, which she's been able to do to Staley a couple of times tonight. 1-1 the count on the Northridge center fielder. 2 on, 2 out. Raiders down 2. Outside corner, and it's 1-2. Matherly with the Rolling Stones pitch that time. She painted it black. She's ready for the 1-2 to Staley. Here it comes. Swinging a bouncer towards the short. The throw over to first, too high, pulled her off the bag. Here comes the runner, and she'll score. Meanwhile, they make the tag of Staley at first. But did Staley make? Yes, Staley made a move towards second base, so she's out. But the game is tied at 6. Both runs scored before the out was recorded.
Wow. That was a sequence. And you know what? Maybe we keep it here and we take a look at the replay brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating, because that is a wild sequence. There were 2 runs that scored. So here's the ground ball to short. She throws. You see the first runner coming in. And then she runs off, and, yeah, she definitely scored the run well before the runner was tagged at first base. So both runs come in to score. 6-6 is now the score. And now, as we head to the top of the 7th, tied at 6, we can take our commercial break. Back after this on Sports Michiana.
With Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
Friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. The lights are on here at Jayco Field tonight. And we have had a dandy game under the Sports Michiana lights, with Mishawaka and Northridge tied at 6 as we go to the 7th. To set the scene for you, Mishawaka came into the action tonight 8-1 overall, 5-0 in the Northern Lakes Conference. As our OSMC series history will tell you, the last time these two teams met, Mishawaka was upset by Northridge 5-4 back in May of 2025. That's only the 3rd time that they've lost to Northridge since this series started in 2006. But when I came over to talk to this young Raiders team this week, they were very confident that they could beat this Mishawaka squad, and they've given them all they want here for 6 innings. Carmen Frazier leads off the 7th for the Cavemen and takes a strike on the inside corner from Leela Winchester. From an artistic standpoint, this has been like a child's finger painting tonight. But it's been a competitive game nonetheless. As that pitch misses outside, 1-1.
Yeah, usually when you see the errors around the same number as the scores and the hits, generally that might lead to a pitcher's duel and a low-scoring affair. Not usually you see the score being 6-6, the hits being 7-6, and the errors being 4-5.
2-1 now, the count on Carmen Frazier, who is 2 for 3 tonight. A pair of singles and a fly out to center. The wind really picking up here at Jayco Field, or at least going through the crowd mics, as that pitch misses down low, and it's 3-1. Frazier to be followed by Beltink and Hine, and the Cavemen hope a few more here in the 7th. 3-1 to the left fielder, and Frazier takes down low for ball 4. 3rd time she's been on tonight. The walk sponsored by ASA Electronics. And there'll be a pinch runner now for Carmen Frazier.
Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you need, Tire Rack makes it easy. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Freshman Kylie Raby is the pinch runner. Raby, who wears 00, hoping that's not her run total for the night. Meanwhile, Millie Beltink stands at the plate. She is 2 for 3 tonight. Pair of singles and an RBI groundout. Raiders expecting a bunt from Beltink here. They've got the corner infielders playing in. The pitch from Winchester. It's misses high, ball 1. Winchester, who came in with, well, probably an inordinate amount of walks for the season, 19 in 27 innings. Done a pretty good job of finding the plate tonight. And she finds it here for a strike. Count 1-1. The walk she just issued to Frazier, that's only her second walk of the evening. It's been a gutty performance by the sophomore, who's had to overcome a ton of errors from her defense. The 1-1 misses high, and it's 2-1.
Well, and she's made a couple nice plays herself up the middle. A lot of what-ifs for both of these teams in this one, certainly. Because if you play a little bit of a cleaner game for either team, you're easily ahead right now.
2-1 delivery. Inside and low, 3-1. Raby nearly got caught napping down there at first.
Looked like she briefly lost her footing, and that would have been lights out if she did.
And we've already seen the strong arm of Branham. Winchester wheels and fires. Down the middle for a strike. It's 3-2. Good battle here between the sophomore Winchester and the sophomore Millie Beltink. Beltink is ready. Winchester gets on the slab. The payoff pitch. Ball 4 taken high and away. And the Cavemen have the first 2 on here in the 7th inning. Another walk sponsored by ASA Electronics.
Now as you get to this part of the lineup, do you get a situation where you put down the bunt with the freshman here and move the runners over? And now Andy Robinson heading out to the circle to discuss things over. Doesn't look like we're getting a pitching change, but discussing the situation and what they want to do here. Big choices for both teams.
And again, I think I'm seeing indications from Andy that he's seeing something in the delivery right now from Winchester that is causing her to miss with her pitches. But he's also taking the opportunity to discuss with his defense what he wants them to do. If there is a bunt, does he want his third baseman to hold back and maybe get the force at third base if they can? We'll see what happens here.
And, of course, conversation with Brian Miller and Lily Hine on whether or not the lefty freshman is swinging or putting a bunt down here to advance the runners.
You know, Hine has not had a lot of varsity time. She is a pitcher for the JV quite often. And Brian didn't want to disrupt the flow for the JV, but she just swings the bat so well. He couldn't take her away, and here's an example how. A base hit, and it skips off the glove of Lovely out in left field. 2 runs are going to score, and Mishawaka's back in front, 8-6, on a 2-run single by Lily Hine.
Well, Tuesday night after the game, Brian Miller told me Lily Hine is hitting the ball really strong. I think I'm going to have to bring her up to the varsity a little bit more. And as Chuck said, there's the reason why. As you take a look at the replay, brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating, a 2-run RBI for the freshman.
And those 2 runs brought to you by Mishawaka East End Baseball and Softball Association. as Winchester misses high and away for ball one. I don't know that you've talked to a lot of freshmen as our Reliance player of the game, but she has 3 RBI in this one, including the go-ahead hit here in the 7th.
Yeah, I think she has to be the leading contender in that regard after that one. But
1-0.
With that said, there's still plenty of ball left to go here in this one, and Northridge is still going to have their say. Of course, they got to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs if they really want to have a chance to come back in the bottom half of the 7th.
Reagan Edmondson at the plate is 1 for 3 tonight. She had an RBI single back in the 2nd. What a wild back and forth. Kind of what we anticipated from these two teams who are capable of producing runs. There's a line drive Humbarger grabs, and Hine with good base running just stayed right there at second. And that'll bring up Holly Shine, the center fielder. Shine has flown out all 3 times. One of those was a sacrifice fly back in the 2nd. Winchester now at 101 pitches. Remember, she threw 179 in the win over Concord. Shine rips one fouled on the left field side. It's 0-1. Mishawaka, yes, they lead the NLC. They're undefeated in the NLC, but every game they play seems to be like this.
Yeah. I mean, and Northridge probably too, right? I mean, it's just high-scoring games here in the NLC. And
Brian Miller was joking that the rumor in the NLC is you just play to first to 21 wins.
And the other thing for Mishawaka is, as I mentioned earlier, they have a confidence that if they're down in a game or it's close, they're not worried because they know they can hit.
Shine with a fly ball out into center field. Staley is under it and makes the grab. Hine will hold at second. There's 2 away. But you're not out of the woods yet because here's Laren Camacho who's batting .476.
And obviously for Mishawaka, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to rely on the bats coming through late in the game every single time. Certainly for Brian Miller, he would love for his ladies to take care of business earlier in the games. But when you have that confidence and know that you can get the job done, that makes things easier at the plate.
Well, the word he used with you in the interview earlier this week was resilience.
Yeah.
And they've really shown that here tonight. Both teams have.
Yes. But, I mean, you come up to the plate, and I think none of these players are – I mean, I'm sure there's nerves, obviously, in a situation like this, but you don't feel the weight of the world on your shoulders because you know you can get the job done and that your teammates in front of you and behind you can get the job done if you do not get a hit on this at-bat.
There's a difference between nervousness and scared.
Yes.
You sometimes see high school players – who, quite frankly, they come to the plate in a key situation, and they're a little bit scared.
Yeah.
I have not seen that tonight, and obviously you've got a player out there in Lily Hine who's standing out second base right now. Freshman had every reason to be scared in that situation, and boy, did she rip one. And here's one off the bat of Camacho that Staley will play on one hop. Miller's going to wheel the freshman home, and the throw goes all the way to the backstop. And it's 9-6 Mishawaka with an RBI from Laren Camacho, sponsored by Mishawaka East End.
Lily Hine scoring the run. As you take a look at the replay, brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. And that is the second run that Hine has scored in addition to delivering 3 RBI here tonight. I think she's going to stay up with the varsity.
At least for another week. Here's another dribbler up the middle for a base hit. Here comes Camacho as Crawford brings her home. 10-6 Mishawaka. The RBI sponsored by Mishawaka East End. And the Big Possums walking late here in Middlebury.
Well, and look at that. Just like that, it's a 4-run lead here for the Cavemen.
For Crawford, it's the 4th time she's reached base tonight. This time with an RBI single, her 11th run batted into the season. And they're going to pinch run for Crawford here.
It'll be a courtesy runner, considering Crawford is the catcher.
And it's Ashlyn Han who comes in to run.
gives Crawford an opportunity with 2 outs to get ready for the bottom of the 7th when she'll have to catch. Although it takes out a speedster who could leg out a play.
Yeah, people don't think of catchers as speedsters, but Shea Crawford is. She had 12 stolen bases last year. Linnea West takes inside for ball 1. West looking for her first hit of the night. She's 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. 10 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors for the Cavemen, 6, 6, and 6 for Northridge. Strike called on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Well, Mishawaka scored 5 in their final at bat the other night against Concord to break open a 6-6 tie, and they've scored 4 here in the 7th to break open a 6-6 tie tonight. This one goes to the backstop. Branham fires to third, but not in time.
Yeah, on Tuesday they did that in the 6th inning, and then here tonight, taking care of business in the 7th. And now a conversation here. Andy Robinson going to chat things over with the home plate umpire.
He wanted an interference call on the batter after that ball went to the backstop, and that's just not going to fly.
He asked. He did not receive. Now Brian Miller letting Andy know, yeah, good luck getting that call.
2-1 the count. That one goes to the backstop as well, but it comes off so quickly to Branham that the pinch runner hand had no chance.
Yeah, the difference here in the Northridge softball,
as opposed to Goshen baseball.
Goshen baseball, which is about the distance between here and second base.
It really is.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's that far.
3-1 the count.
Maybe not quite that far.
That one's high for ball 4. Third walk of the inning issued by Winchester. It's sponsored by ASA Electronics. And it brings up Chloe Hershey, who is 1 for 4 tonight, a double off the center field wall.
Yeah, Winchester started the inning off with a pair of walks after only walking 1 through the first 6 innings, and now at this point, I think you're just in a position where you are laboring. She's thrown a lot of pitches in this inning.
And a lot of pitches in the last week, because there's a strike, 0-1. She pitched last night against Warsaw.
Northridge had the benefit of their game Tuesday night not happening because of not being able to get umpires for a game that was washed out originally on Monday.
Which, folks, that just emphasizes the umpire shortage we have in baseball and softball at the high school level, 0-2. So the next time you're getting on the fellas or ladies in blue, just remember, if you know so much, we need you. We need umpires. Not the ones who sit in the metal seats, but the ones who come out and crouch behind home plate. Here's a ground ball off the third baseman's glove and into left field, a hit. And that'll score another run for Mishawaka, sponsored by East End Little League. It's 11-6 Cavemen.
Now, I will correct you on this one, Chuck. It'll be Mishawaka East End Baseball and Softball Association and the Babe Ruth League, because they're now Babe Ruth instead of Little League, which is an important message of emphasis for Mishawaka East End.
No question about it. So Andy Robinson is out talking to Leela Winchester, and I believe we are going to have a pitching change here, and we'll tell you about the new Northridge hurler when we come back on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Babsco. They're your trusted electrical distributor. Leah Lovely has come in from left field to step into the circle here for Northridge here in the 7th inning. The Southpaw has thrown 5 innings this year, allowing just 2 hits, 3 runs. 2 of those runs have been earned. Good strikeout to walk ratio of 6 strikeouts to 2 walks. She has hit 2 batters. And the little delay was, well, when she was playing left field, she didn't need a mask. You really want a mask out there when you're standing in the pitcher's circle, as Winchester might attest to tonight, having a couple of bullets go by her.
And especially when you have Carmen Frazier coming to the plate.
2 outs in the inning, runners at second and third. Mishawaka has already plated 5 here in the stanza. Lovely's first pitch to Frazier is down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Carmen tonight has been on base 3 times. She is 2 for 3. And waiting for the 0-1 pitch from Lovely. Here it comes. Bouncer down the third base side, foul. And the count goes to 0-2. Well, I don't know Miss Lovely's repertoire, but I would think a changeup might be in order here for Miss Frazier. We shall see. No balls and 2 strikes the count. West, the runner at third. Hershey at second. Here's a ground ball. Third baseman Nally has it, throws low to first, and it gets away. And a run will score. It's 12-6. The 7th error of the night for the Northridge Raiders. They had 7 on Friday night in the win over Concord.
The difference is when you're facing the 3-time defending conference champions who have lost only 2 conference games in the last 4 seasons. 7 errors is just not going to... And 7 errors plus now 4 walks, but 3 in this inning. And a 6-run 7th inning here now for Mishawaka. This final score... not going to be indicative of how close this game was. Of course, though, with that said,
we haven't seen Northridge come up yet in the bottom of the 7th.
And they certainly have the bats that could make a comeback.
Millie Beltink, the 11th caveman to bat in the inning, takes that one off the noggin. And the bases are loaded.
And look who it brings to the plate.
Well, here's Lily Hine, who has 2 hits and 3 RBI in this one.
And 2 runs scored. Let's see if she can add to those fantastic numbers.
You know, all week long, she has been remarkable at hitting the ball to the opposite field. Everything she seems to hit with authority goes to the left side. We'll see what happens here with Lovely on the mound.
Lefty-lefty matchup.
And a swing and a miss. Foul tip into the mid of the catcher Branham, and it's 0-1. I wonder how many times Lily Hine has faced lefties in her career.
Good question.
No balls and a strike. I'm sure there have to be some on the Babe Ruth or the travel ball circuit.
It does seem a lot less in softball than baseball.
Little foul ball right above our heads, and it's 0-2.
But I can tell you, as a lefty, I despised facing a lefty. I think I could have just said, here, I'll just walk back. It's over. I'm not going to do anything.
No balls and 2 strikes on Hine, who does like to crowd the plate in that left-handed batter's box. And she rifles this one into center field, a base hit. 2 more runs will score, and the Cavemen up the ante to 14-6 on a 5 RBI night for the freshman Lily Hine.
Well, if you had any question on whether or not Lily Hine would be the Reliance player of the game, she has doubled down on that with 4 RBI in the 7th inning alone?
Exactly.
Incredible. 8 runs here in the inning as you take a look at the replay. Brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. Have yourself a day, freshman Lily Hine.
Mishawaka East End supporting those 2 runs for the Cavemen. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop Miller. She throws to first. Lucas bobbled, came off the bag, and everybody's safe, and another run is in. And another error for the Northridge Raiders, their 8th of the night. Hine is safe at second. Edmondson at first. And here's Holly Shine, the center fielder, who is 0 for 3 tonight with a sacrifice fly. And Shine taps one foul towards the Raider dugout. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike on the Mishawaka center fielder. Member of the homecoming court at Mishawaka this year. She's also a member of the Cavemen basketball team. It's amazing how many different activities Shine is involved in Mishawaka. Fouls that one straight back. Had the netting not been there, Anj would have needed a glove.
But I'm so good at making those catches, I don't need a glove.
Because you have netting in front of you. 0-2 the count.
Can't be stopped. I'm perfect this season on catches.
Hine shouting encouragement from out at second base, trying to encourage Shine. And that pitch down low and away, it's 1-2.
For those unfamiliar with the rules of the sport, even if Mishawaka were to score another run in this inning, the 10-run rule would not be in play. Of course, Northridge would be allowed to get their at-bat. You must complete the full inning.
1-2 the count. Here it comes. High foul out of play, and it's still 1-2. Leah Lovely on in relief of Leela Winchester. Winchester worked 6 2/3 in this one. And a couple times here in the inning, it looked like the inning was over, but errors have kept this going. High pop-up into short left field. Miller, the freshman, makes the catch. And the inning comes to an end, but not before Mishawaka scores 9 times, and we go to the bottom of the 7th with the Cavemen up 15-6 on Sports Michiana.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union and told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. 3 great services in one great place. A little bit of rain must fall in every life, and it's starting to fall here in Middlebury. We were fortunate enough to avoid this much of the night.
Yeah, now you want to make sure the game gets finished here. Mishawaka almost could possibly have did themselves a disservice by scoring so many runs in that last half inning.
Well, Grace Matherly will be very happy to take a 9-run cushion out to the circle here for the 7th. Facing Leela Winchester, who starts the inning off with a little blooper that's gloved on a beautiful backhand catch by Millie Beltzing.
Take a look at the replay, brought to you by Top Coat Powder Coating. Nothing going right for the Raiders here in the 7th.
One pitch, one away here in the 7th, and it brings up Tabby Lucas, the first baseman. She's going to come down for a pinch hitter, though. This is going to be Kyla Kaufman. Kaufman, a senior, batting .273, four-year varsity player. Had a 2-hit game against Lakeland earlier this season. She takes a strike on the outside corner. Grace Matherly has gone the distance here for Mishawaka. Hasn't always had the best defense behind her. Gave up a lot of unearned runs tonight, but has been tough when she needed to in the circle. 0-2 now on Kaufman. And the 0-2 pitch. Little squib out towards the right side. It's fielded by Camacho, who shuffles to first for the out. And there's 2 away, and Northridge is down to its last batter. Angelina Barbaro, 2 up.
Angelina Barbaro, now batting for the Raiders.
Barbaro had a hit tonight to extend her batting streak to 7 games. Swing and a miss here, it's 0-1. As Grace Matherly tries to go the distance and get her 7th win of the season and remain undefeated in the circle in her Mishawaka career. The 1-1 now as Barbaro took that one outside. Don't forget, after the game, stick around for the Ferret Custom Roll Forming post-game show and all of our post-game features. We might be telling you about that right here. The 1-1 misses high, 2-1. Mishawaka plays Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger tomorrow, and then Niles and Fort Wayne Carroll on Saturday in the Caveman versus Cancer tournament over at Ward Baker Park. And they will take a 9-1 record there as Edmondson wins the race to the bag, and the Cavemen stay undefeated in the Northern Lakes Conference, defeating Northridge tonight here at Jayco Field. The final score, Mishawaka 15, Northridge 6. We are back with the Ferret Custom Roll Forming post-game show, including our Reliance Player of the Game and our Big C Lumber Play of the Game. It all comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Is this local hometown insurance?
Yes, sir. It was local hometown insurance until about 5 minutes ago. We've just been acquired by Big Web Private Equity Insurance.
Wait, what happened to my agent? I've been dealing with him for years.
Well, looks like we just got bought again. We're now Big Artificial Intelligence Insurance. And I've just been named the CEO. Long live the algorithm, baby.
What?
Feel like your insurance is getting more robotic by the day? Call Lilliard Insurance. Real people, local office.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. A 15-6 triumph for the Mishawaka Cavemen, who are now 6-0 in Northern Lakes Conference play, as we welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth for our Ferret Custom Bowl Forming postgame show. Chuck Freeby high above the fray. We are ready to send it downstairs for our Reliance Player of the Game. Angelo DiCarlo is standing by with the star of the night.
Guys, how's this feel right now?
Great. I think that our team came together really well the last inning, and we all played together.
Coach, you told me on Tuesday night, I don't know if I can keep her out of the lineup here as you bring her up from JV. I think your decision paid off.
Well, I'm not going to take credit for it. Her hard work, but she also gets a sticker on her helmet for all those RBIs tonight. But, you know, as I told her in the pregame tonight, I'm like, you're going to get the chance to start. You hit the ball really, really well. Tuesday night, all the days are running together. Yeah. Tuesday night, and then last night in a pinch hitting situation, and she was 0 for 3. She hadn't done the show for it. Tonight, things happen. I mean, just, putting the bat on the ball and hitting the ball hard makes good things happen.
Lily, you come to the plate in the 7th inning. The game's tied in a crucial situation, and you get a 2 RBI hit. Were you scared? Were you nervous? Were you not?
No, I was just ready to go up there and swing the bat.
Awesome. By the way, has she earned a full-time spot now on varsity? I'll put you on the spot.
I'm going to say she's probably in the lineup tomorrow. I'll tell you that much. So, for sure at the Cancer Classic. But no, I'm really proud of her. And, all the kids, we've been resilient. We get everybody's best effort. Northridge played a great ball game tonight. And, yeah, there was a lot of errors. 12 errors between the two teams is way, way, way too many for any coaching staff. But we get everybody's best effort. And when they punched, we just had to punch back. And fortunately, our punch with 9 runs in our last at bat was enough to put this one away.
Lily, finally, how much do you enjoy playing with this group? You got some great senior leadership on this team to lead you guys. How much do you enjoy being part of this team?
I love it. It's probably the greatest team that has came together, and probably the best that I've played with recently.
All right, you did a great job in your first post-game interview. Congratulations, Lily Hine, our Reliance Player of the Game. Chuck, back upstairs to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Angelo. And you would think that in a game that had 12 errors, how do you have a defensive play as the Big C Lumber play of the game? But that was the case tonight, thanks to Mishawaka third baseman Chloe Hershey. Watch her come in, Rachel Humbarger, with great speed going down the line, so she's got to barehand it and fire, and she gets the speedy Humbarger by a step. And look at Edmondson, Reagan Edmondson, the first baseman, who knew that she had to make the stretch on that play, celebrates as she comes off the base. Humbarger can't believe it. Her old friend Hershey, they've been battling each other for 4 years, comes up with a Big C Lumber play of the game. So the totals tonight here in Middlebury for the victorious Mishawaka Cavemen: 15 runs, 12 hits, 4 errors. The winning pitcher is Grace Matherly. She's now 7-0 on the season, 9-0 in her Mishawaka career. Meanwhile, for the Northridge Raiders, 6 runs, 6 hits, 8 errors. The losing pitcher is Leela Winchester. She deserved a better fate, got a little bit tired there in the 7th inning, and it showed. This game played in about 2 hours here at Jayco Field, and we're so glad that you joined us tonight. And you joined us thanks to our terrific Sports Michiana crew who helped bring you this one tonight, led by the G-Man, Gary Martin, down in the truck. He had the help of Tony Beltran directing. Matt Florian was all over the place. Deron Gray doing the replay. And then our camera guys, we give them a hard time, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, Chris Skippy, and Michael Weens work as hard as anybody and do a great job bringing you these pictures. Reminder, we've got more high school action coming your way. Next Wednesday night, we'll go north of the border in Michigan. We go from throwing pitches to playing on the pitch. The war on the shore between Lakeshore and St. Joseph, played in girls soccer. They play in the spring up in Michigan, and we'll have it for you Wednesday night. The first kick at 7, and we do hope you'll join us then. Now, for my broadcast partner, Angelo DiCarlo, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final score, Mishawaka 15, Northridge 6. So long from the middle of Middlebury. Thank you for watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Barrett Custom Roll Forming, McKinnis Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors. Support us by supporting them.